Hello everybody, Father Andrew here. This video is going to be pretty much unscripted. I'm going to be showing off this project that I've been reworking. You've probably seen this big guy in some past videos of mine. I've had to rework him due to several issues. The first is imgur links no longer work in my country, so I've had to redo all the textures. Second of all, this head here proceeded to have its entire body become visible because it uses an Eli Vance face. And thirdly, there was just a massive lack of detail, and frankly the model needed complete overhauling. I've also changed the joints, like the arms and the legs. The shoulders and hip now have a more flexible joint, allowing it to move more naturally. The body was also completely redone exclusively for this, because when he runs past, you'll notice the head doesn't separate from the body, which is what was supposed to happen. But due to an update with Pack 3, the older version of this, the torso is actually made of several things. All this armor on the back and the main body. I'm just going to open up Pack 3 and show you the problem. This is like all the external parts. That's just the base. All of those were attached to the original torso in here. But they were bone merged on, which resulted in a weird floatiness where they got left behind and the head kind of moved forward. So I've had to fix all that. This is the old model after its first retexturing. You can see the Eli Vance is fully visible and the head is detaching from the body. There's also less detail. You can see why this had to be remade and reworked. The head is not supposed to detach at all. Eli Vance is not meant to be visible except for the face. But overall, I am pretty happy with the way this guy is working, albeit there are a few issues with him that I really wish I could change. One of them is I wish that he had the ability to raise his arms and slam them on the floor, but we will be talking about a version of him that I tried to achieve that with. Another thing I wish he could do is I wish his hands could actually grab things and pick them up. However, due to the E2 system he uses, which is BFW5, this is a foot. And if I tried to lift it off the ground with a thruster or something, sometimes he'll just launch backwards and stuff like that. But overall, I am fairly happy with the way this guy came out. Now I want to actually show you the endoskeleton and the prototype. This is the actual endoskeleton in which all that Pack 3 is connected to. That is what has all those spikes and armor. This is the head. And with BFW, this and this are the feet props. They are defined as the feet. The hip is defined here, and the torso is defined here because of the way BFW works with rotation. For example, when this rotates, it steers the entire mech. So I want it to have it be, whenever the creature turns his head, his body would naturally turn to sort of meet up with it, albeit their body does kind of snap a little too aggressively. However, now that you can see the endoskeleton, you can actually see the hip movement and the shoulders a little better. I really wished I could use the Pack 3 version on maps that have water, but unfortunately, due to the way Source renders things, it's effectively rendering the entire model twice, meaning that it really lags the game. Regardless of Pack 3 or not, this version still has the same physics, so it can still shove through objects, it can still do all this. It can still be immensely destructive to loose physics objects, however, things like that are something I don't like. Anyway, now to show off the prototype. This prototype has a few issues. For example, those thrusters on the front and back, the back thrusters are to stop it from launching backwards, and there's a pair of smaller thrusters under it to push the arms back down. The first major issue with this is its walking is nowhere near as good or as dynamic as the main version. You can see it does have a walk cycle, but it looks significantly worse. It also does not walk properly when going backwards. Its arms do not adjust to terrain. However, it can raise its arms and slam them on the ground, which is closer to what I was thinking. However, the walk cycle was compromised in this version. I am thinking of potentially making multiple versions of the Beast for different types of scene, depending on what I plan to do with it. This one's head is significantly less body responsive wise. It's not pulling the body as hard, but sometimes the arms sort of get left behind, which can result in them dragging behind and getting stuck. I was tempted to put pack 3 on both versions, but then it kind of undermines the point of showing the endoskeleton. That prop hanging out the back of the tail has a rope connected to both of these inner arm posts that the thrusters are connected to, which raise the arms up. Albeit I am trying to find ways to work around the issues that the BFW5 chip causes. For context, as this chip here. That's really all I have to show for this video. I hope you enjoyed. See you around. Goodbye.